Good evening, this is your Mayor Col Murray with another council meeting report. This evening our council meeting was rather a short meeting, or a little shorter than we normally have. The agenda was not large, but there were some significant items on them. And right at the very start there was a notice of motion from Councillor Inglis to I guess protect and perpetuate all the properties associated with the Tamworth Country Music Festival that council on behalf of the community does own. And I was really pleased to have Councillor Inglis present this motion this evening. It is really important to our city, to our brand, to our history, and I guess a really good acknowledgement of what some of our forefathers have been able to assemble in these country music assets. And council has been quite busy in this current term of council acquiring a number of these assets and bringing them back into community ownership, which I think is a really good thing for our city, and provides with the registering of some of those properties through the different avenues available. That'll really protect our country music assets. The second notice of motion this evening, which is a little unusual for council to have two notices of motion in the same evening, was a notice of motion from Councillor Otter, which departed, or it was an amended motion on the night that sought approval from council to further consider in a workshop some sort of rethink of how we record discussions with developers. And Councillor Otter was concerned that there were discussions going on behind closed doors with developers which weren't available for community use. And this will be a topic of much discussion, I would imagine, because all investments pretty much that come to Tamworth are brought by investors or developers. So we need to make sure that we've got a framework that achieves what what a reasonable community member might expect, and also makes it palatable for investors to bring new jobs and new business to our city. So that's something that will go to a workshop, and I'm assuming that we will have a report on that at some time in the future. And the third item that I wish to speak to this afternoon was something which I've really got a lot of confidence in, and that's a project where Tamworth Regional Council will partner with Transport for New South Wales to rejig our traffic modelling. And our last full-blown traffic modelling exercises was done back in 2012 with some modification since. But this report this evening was about council co-funding with Department of Transport to reconstruct that traffic modelling, and that's a really important thing. And I would strongly recommend that the community should have a high degree of confidence in this modelling. Transport for New South Wales have got some very good runs on the board, and we've seen some great successes in and around our city with things like the Oxley Highway in front of Peel High School and the work that was conducted there, the work that's been conducted on the Manila Road. They're traffic hotspots, and this whole new modelling for the city will confidently predict what our traffic needs and priorities should look like over the next 4 or 5 years, and maybe even longer. So it was good to see that come up tonight. It was certainly due for renewal, and it was I believe a good investment of council's funds. So thank you very much for listening this evening. That brings to an end another council meeting report. This is your Mayor Col Murray signing off.